The Song of the Bleeding Tree comes from my research into the Irish Folklore Archives, where historically folklore was gathered in 1937, and the stories are like what we call pishogues, or folklore was collected by 9-year-old children that went out and interviewed the oldest citizens in their communities to find out their local folklore. And in one of the stories it talks about the bleeding tree, or the curse of the bleeding tree, and why you were not permitted to cut down these particular types of hawthorn trees, or you would be cursed. You could get a thorn into your hand and it could poison you. Or there's tales that there are certain parts of the year that the tree cries blood. And the reason this actually folklore exists is that there was a tradition, still is a tradition in the west of Ireland, in some parts of the west of Ireland, that you put the afterbirths of animals, historically it was women's afterbirths, that were put onto the roots of these trees. And so there was this kind of long lineage or connection between human and nature. When I was asked by the curator, Seamus Keeley, to come here, I was always kind of really amazed at that Salzburg is really the capital in the world for opera, especially during the Festspiele. So I decided to turn the words from the Folklore Archive into a libretto, and I worked with this outstanding curator called Stephen Shannon, and we constructed this opera for an Irish opera singer called Joan O'Malley, and for this cabinet. So we had this bleeding tree that would sing the libretto inspired by Irish folklore, and it's kind of a lamentation. It's a lament, a sadness that talks about the breakdown between humans and the natural world.